The abundance mentality. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the chef's table. Yes, I'm a few minutes late this morning. To be honest, I had a late night. I was picking up my parents that came in almost at midnight from the airport and then bringing them home. So, of course, we have discussion, we have talk, and I love bringing family together. So it's always amazing to do that. But definitely waking up a few minutes late. So you've literally seen me roll out of bed, throw on a chef coat, and jump onto today's live stream. One of the amazing things about online media and marketing is basically the abundance mentality. I have had the pleasure this week of really getting poured into, and something about the conversations I've had this week or I've been listening to this week really kind of struck home. I was sitting here figuring out what's the best topic for today. And, I hear it all the time. People are like, I don't feel like I know enough. I don't feel like I have enough to offer. I don't feel like I'm able to share what I know, or I don't know enough. I have to learn more before I'm comfortable in sharing. And I hear like all the reasons why people don't use media as a tool to build a business. I hear a lot of people talking about, I'm not sure what I should be building or sharing or telling people about. I'm unsure, right? We get into this for entrepreneurship, especially like if we're in a corporate job, many of us know what we do for a living. And then when we become entrepreneurs, there's this sense, especially if we come from the network marketing industry. This is what I've seen over the years. I've been doing this for well over 14 years now. And during this time, I was introduced actually by the network marketing industry into the world of entrepreneurship. But what transitioned was, it was like the starting point, right? It was like the dipping the toes in the water. But what I discovered over the years down the path that I took, that I love being an entrepreneur. I love problem solving. I love building businesses. I love going into small businesses, corporations, and helping them leverage their media tools, their branding. I love working with solo entrepreneurs that want to grow, build, and scale a business. That's what I discovered I love, but it started by dipping my toe in the water. So for the last 3 days, I've had the pleasure, and I've been sharing with you, I think most of you probably are going through this challenge with me, this entrepreneurial journey. And what's interesting is I'm listening to each speaker. We've had everybody from Ali Mandawi, which is a world speaker in the network marketing industry. We've had James Melichek, which is on The Secret Millionaire. He's a world-renowned speaker, entrepreneur. He's taught a lot of businessmen how to build and expand their business. We had on Coach Ivan Alvarez yesterday. We've had so many amazing speakers. Dr. Breakthrough on yesterday. And there's one thing that kind of keeps coming over and over again. And that's the fact that the industry might have already had speakers. Like, why would you want to become another speaker? There's plenty of speakers out there. Why would you want to be somebody that writes an ebook? There are plenty of ebooks out there. Why would you want to, look at the shelves in a bookstore or a library. Go to Amazon. There's tens of thousands. Like, why would you want to write another book? Right. And what was interesting is, and I think Dr. Breakthrough is the one that said it, right? And he talks about how we've all been poured into, right? So as leaders, as entrepreneurs, we have been blessed by being taught by either silent leaders. I call them those that write books, and we're reading these and they're putting into our brains. And then we've also been coached over the years by our parents, by maybe we're in a sport. So we've had our coach, that's our sports coach or music coach or drama coach or something. Like we've been mentored and trained our whole entire lives. We've been taught skills. I've been taught skills by some of the greatest chefs, not only food skills, but management skills, people skills, how to interact with people, right? And so one of the things that really hit home with me just this morning as I'm waking up and I'm kind of thinking about what I'm going to talk about today on today's Chef's Table. And in my presentation, I'm doing a marketing presentation today. And one of the things that really hit me is that media, these tools, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, all the places where we can do live. This is your opportunity to pour into people what you've learned. See, we have to pass the torch. There is a desire and a need that the torch of information that you guys have been all gathering needs to get passed on. This needs to be poured into, just as, Zig Ziglar has poured into Tony Robbins, and Tony Robbins has poured into millions of people, and those millions of people have gone on to build other businesses. See, there is a cycle. There is a passion and a desire for entrepreneurs to help other entrepreneurs succeed in one way or a form or another. And because of that passion, there's an abundance mentality. There's room enough for every single one of us to take the stage, so to say. There's every opportunity for you to step in and say, this is who I am, and I'm not going to make adjustments for who I am in the world. Dr. Breakthrough is loud. He is powerful. He is wordy language master, right? We had Ali Mandawi, who's just like brilliant and powerful and purposeful, and his story behind how he does this. And we had, all these amazing people that just pour into us, but we never ask them. And we always believe in the people that step up and are convicted and have conviction around what they say. If they say chair, that chair falls out of the sky and lands next to them, right? There's this abundance mentality that who we are as entrepreneurs isn't a reason to lay down and have people walk over us. We're going to have negativity. We're going to have doubt. We're going to have everything in the world. And the only thing that can stop us from moving forward is this right here. This mindset right here creates everything and every resistance and every fear that will keep us from moving forward. And a prime example of this was yesterday for me. And I know this. I've actually done a lot of self-development around this, and I've discovered my weakness. The moment I get uncomfortable, and I'm telling you guys, this is the funniest thing, but you might relate to this, but the moment I get uncomfortable, the moment I step into something new, the moment I test something or I put myself out there, my body has a physical reaction. I want to go take a nap. Seriously, I really just want to lay down and go to sleep. I might send an email and I'm so anxious and worried about what might come of it or what people might say of it, or I make a new offer, or I'm trying something new, and the first thing I want to do is I want to go take a nap. And it's so funny because I didn't realize this was my default setting. When I get uncomfortable, it took going through some self-development. There was a program I went through called Landmark Forum. And inside the forum, I got to strip away some of the things that I've been holding on to, the past things that I've been holding on that have been keeping me from really building and growing as a human being, which was fantastic to let all that baggage go. We talk about that a lot. I hear that a lot, even in this challenge. You got to release your past. You got to let it go. And it was so phenomenal that when I started to do that, I recognized that when you let go of baggage, of course, other things pop up, right? Like if you let go of a fear, another one's going to pop up. If you, everything kind of, you never get rid of it, right? The higher up you go, the more success you have. I think the more fear you start to have because you're afraid to fall now. So there's always this fear factor, that underlying current that we as human beings, just because we become more successful, doesn't mean it goes away. There's just over time, we start to learn how to spot it, stop it, and take action, right? We know that the moment we get into action, the moment we show up to do something, the moment we continue moving forward with an action, that will keep us moving forward. That will keep us staying on track for our business. There's a lot of times when I don't feel like doing something, right? Like, I just don't feel like doing it today. And I do it anyway, because the moment I feel like I shouldn't be doing something, that's when I do it. And at the same time, I'm also very intentional when I take days off, when I unplug from the matrix, I guess you could say. When I stopped doing something for the day, when I take time for myself, I recharge this battery, this mindset. I get to replenish those thoughts, and I get to step back and say, okay, this is what we're doing moving forward. See, you guys are in a world right now, especially even in the month of December and into 2021, where we need more entrepreneurs to step up into their greatness, creating job opportunities, making a difference for people. This is our time. This is our space. This is our reality. So I want to share with you that where you're at right now is exactly where you're at. You cannot compare who you are right now to anybody else. There's nobody to compare yourself to. There's nobody like you. I'm Katrina Vanatus, and there's only one Katrina Vanatus, and there's only one body, one mind, one experience that's experienced this in my life. I can share those with you. I can give you some idea of what I've been through, but who I am is unique. And it took me several years, guys and gals, several years to find my voice and not be constrained by a corporate identity that I thought I had to behave and act a certain way when I started building my business. The breakthrough has not happened overnight. Learning how to use media and platforms like Facebook and digital marketing and a blog and a website and newspapers and networking. This has all been something I said I want to learn to do so I can make a difference. And I hope that I've made that difference for you. I hope somewhere in this journey, you've either been latched into my Pinterest course. You're part of my accountability kitchen, where this is my group coaching, where I work with entrepreneurs like you to have breakthroughs in their business around digital, around marketing, around Pinterest, because this is your time right now more than ever to plug in. I've written ebooks for you. I've built out Pinterest courses. I've built out how to build courses, because I'm passionate about having you succeed more than anything else in the world. Your success means more to me than my own success. And this is why I do what I do. This is why I train how I train. This is why I'm so passionate about breaking down complex recipes so that you can take a fork and build with it, right? We are an abundance world. There's room enough for you to come in and have a voice. And there's room enough for you to know that everyone has an opinion. And not everybody's a right fit for your product and service. And you might have to have conversations where people say no to you. And you might have to have conversations where people say yes to you. But your conviction around what you're doing and the importance of it is really what brings people into your world. Your passion, the heart that you have right here, is really what makes a difference. And I'm starting to more and more realize that as I grow, which is why, for my team, I have a small group of entrepreneurs that are really reaching out and growing their business. And I said, I want to work with you next year. I know that the month of December is the end of this year, but it's just the beginning of planning for our next year, for our next journey of 2021. And one of the things I'm excited about is I have this, what we call the Law of Attraction Planner. And the Law of Attraction Planner really helps us detail out the power list, how to stay on track, how to be in gratitude, how to build a life of abundance. And what's amazing is that I'm giving this away to my team for one of the actions they have to take. They have a goal they have to reach by the end of this month, right? And because it's the action I want to see them take. And because of this action, they're going to be rewarded with learning how to build their business, sitting down and working with me, planning out their goals, what they want to do, and go through those uncomfortable moments, because I want them to start documenting their years. I want them to have binders and books of this that are attracting laws of attractions that showcase how they've built their business. And I want this to be not just this year, but I want it to be decades. I want to have this relationship with these entrepreneurs that for decades were good friends and we're working together, and I get to see them grow and build their business, and they take the lessons that we're about to implement together. Because the law of attraction, the law of abundance, the law of gratitude are the foundational key components, the three key components to successfully growing a business. Being grateful that you have a roof over your head, that you have internet right now, that you're watching this, that you have a cup of coffee, you have a microphone, you have a computer, you have a camera, you have paper, you have something around you. Like, this is abundance. This is true abundance. You have family, you have love, you have people in your life. This is what we get to create. So I'm super excited to create with all of you guys. And if you want to learn how to be part of this group that I'm creating in this mastermind and this tool that I'm putting out there for everybody, definitely head over to thechefkatrina.com. Go over there, sign up for my 6 figures for how to build a business, or build a business for less than $500, how to build a 6-figure business for that one. It's so important for me. It's so important for me to support you, help you, build you, highlight you, build you up. I mean, last night I had people getting their first lead. Last night I had people making their first conversation. I had people, joining their business for the first. I had so many firsts last night and over this week. It's like, that's what drives me, is I want more firsts. But not only first, I want seconds and thirds, and I want a life of abundance. And I want to, as I told my team last night, you said, I've always had this vision. I've always had this vision of being on a yacht on the Great Barrier Reef with all of my amazing friends, my close like internet of friends, sitting on this yacht at the Barrier Reef down by an Australia area, and snorkeling. Like, that's always been a vision of mine. And yesterday, that vision got a little clearer, because I had somebody that said yes to being an entrepreneur. And so it looks like there's an opportunity of building in Australia, which means I'm one step closer to building a team, to having entrepreneurs that are building businesses around the world. And that dream just became a little bit more real. And a lot of it has to do with staying in abundance, of my staying in abundance, of saying, this is okay, right? This is the where we're going to do it. So I invite you to step into an amazing world of abundance, right? To step into an amazing world of you being lifted up and supported, because there's nothing more that I want in the world than to support you in your dreams. And one of the things that I've learned over the years is that one of my strengths, one of my passions is that I breathe life into entrepreneurs, right? I truly believe in your greatness and who you are as a human being, right? We're going with snakes to probably, I know that. He's like, we're going with repellent and everything else. Of course we are, right? So Heidi's coming with me. She's part of that dream team. She's part of that lifelong friendship. This is what we're creating, right? This is the power of abundance. This is the power of pouring into. This is the power of giving back everything you've learned over the years and making a difference. Right? So I am blessed, and I am truly focused, and I'm absolutely productive, because the difference I want to make is I want to support more entrepreneurs in hitting their dreams and goals, whether it's creating their first $1 month, $10,000 month, $100,000 month, whatever that might look like for you. That is what I'm committed to helping you achieve. And along the way, this up here is one of our greatest roadblocks and barriers. And that's what I help you walk through. Break through, run through, chop through, break down. This is your time. This is the time of the rise of the entrepreneur. I just want to thank you all for joining in, for Susan, for joining, Harry. I love you, Harry. So if you guys don't know, Harry is one of my favorites. Honestly, I'll tell you that, from coming from Disney. Harry walked in the door. I remember meeting Harry for the first time. He came in as a steward at Disney. And I remember meeting Harry, and Harry's mind is one of the most amazing entrepreneurial minds ever. The moment I met him, I knew that Disney was not going to always be his future. His tenacity, his problem solving, his passion for living life in a different path and living life out loud. Harry's always been the one that steps into greatness and boldness and does what he wants to do. And he is just an amazing entrepreneur. And I remember him coming in, and I'm like, you are not a steward. Like, this is not who you are, Harry. And he's like, I want to be in the culinary. And I said, then we'll get you in the culinary, right? But it's because he said that he wanted to do that we made this happen for him, right? And we transitioned, and he watched, and he learned, and he got into the kitchen, and Harry is done. Like, that's who Harry is. He's like, I'm just going to do this. And he's built out a network, and his passion is, he's like, I've built out a network. Harry, go ahead and drop your network here in the comments. But Harry built out a network. He says, I want to give a place where entrepreneurs can come together to support other entrepreneurs. I want those that are just getting started to plug into a network where they can meet other entrepreneurs. They can learn from each other. Now, Harry is truly amazing at his connecting. He is just one of the most incredible entrepreneurs I've ever met. And just watching him step into this world, step into this greatness that he does this, right? I'm blessed, right? I'm blessed to be surrounded by individuals that want more than where they're at and are willing to do the work. Yeah, see? And that mentality, Harry, right there, I never asked who will let me. I asked who's going to stop me. And that's the mentality, right? We stop asking for permission to be an entrepreneur and choose to be the entrepreneur. Make decisions. We talked about this yesterday. Make decisive decisions, stick with them, take action, and do them. The more you think about what you're going to do and how it's going to affect people, it's actually going to stop you and hinder you faster than anything else. But the network is really like the passion and drive. So stay in abundance. Stop asking for permission to do what you know you should be doing. Just do it, and see what happens. But if you're going to stay the course and be an entrepreneur, we cannot let other people stop us from being who we are. All right. So with that, I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. I am super stoked because I get to train digital marketing today. I get to talk about how to leverage the best secret that Fortune 500 companies use to build, scale, and grow multi-million-dollar businesses. I'm giving that secret away today inside of this 5-day entrepreneurial challenge. Yet to Freedom is amazing. So I'm going to be talking about that secret. I'm going to be sharing one of my top strategies for marketing. I'm going to be tagging into what James Malinchak spoke on this week around how to do that BDA formula. So that BDA formula, I'm going to give you all the secrets of how to really set that up. So that's going to be covered today in my training, because I really want, after everybody that's been poured into and all the mindset and all the breakthroughs that we've had in the last 3 days, today is the day where I'm going to show you exactly how to implement what you've learned into your business. So, all right. So with that, everybody, if you haven't already, grab my freebie over at thechefkatrina.com. Let me help you build the foundation and fundamentals of your business so that you have every opportunity to succeed in building the life you want and the dreams you want. With that, everybody, have an amazing day, and we'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you inside the challenge. Have a great one.